Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fire Brigade of Flames, chapters 148 through 150, the big 150, we are at. When we last left off, we had a nice little epilogue for the Hajime arc, as Obi, Shinra, and Victor had a confrontation with Glio Hajime, where they all that was interrupted by Vulcan at one point, where they all, laid out their philosophies and kind of entered into an uneasy alliance. And we saw that Kurono and Nataku were getting along as well as they ever have, and yeah, that's kind of the end of the Hajime arc. So now for something completely different, Chapter 148. The ceaseless day-to-day affairs of Tokyo Empire continue. Here we have the city, its people, and also, with the battle at Hajime over, things go back to normal. And we open on like a shot of the city as two, I think, women are like walking through the streets. This apple tastes delicious. Nice. If you're recommending it, Fuchan, then I can't refuse. And one of them looks at the other. And the first one goes to pull something else out of whatever market they're at. And how about this one? A peach. Oh, and then she burns up. Hello. Alright, that doesn't quite seem like a normal flame human kind of thing. Because normally the flame humans, just their bodies turn, right? But it looks like she's, burning and, burning away, almost. Chapter 148, The Holy Woman Suffering. We have a new scan later page. Hello. With our burned up lady. And, yep, no, it's just a regular flame human. Alright. And yeah, she is. I love the art on her transformation right here. It looks really cool, really abstract and stuff. And she's fully burning up. An infernal, Lin-san. And meanwhile, the 8th is coming. A fire's broken out at the Aragawa Bazaar due to an infernal. One victim, a fruit and vegetable shopkeeper. Roger, a victim. Sister, get ready. Oh, I guess it is titled The Holy Woman Suffering, so I imagine we're going to be getting a fair bit of Iris, who has not really done a whole lot lately, so that's cool. And we see Vulcan carrying, I think that's one of the Iron Owls? Or no, it's a completely new device. Linked spiderweb. It's connected to some threads onto some buildings. I blocked this exit. All set here, too. Oh, so they're already at the scene. Tamaki and Vulcan are trying to contain the flame human. Here they come! We see the burning flame human, and we see Iris praying. The flame is the soul's breath. The black smoke is the soul's release. Ashes to ashes as ashes, dust to dust. Return to the great flame of fire. And Hinoa shouts out, "Fire Force, attack!" And he shoots the flame human. Obi has some kind of spear weapon that he blasts. He doesn't blast it. He slams it into the flame human. It's a physical weapon. Let him. It seems like blow a hole in her. And yeah. So the flame human is dead. The infernal's dead. I don't know if I'm gonna start calling them infernals now because the translation seems to, but I'm so used to calling them flame humans. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when the anime comes out. And Iris turns to speak to the civilians. We have finished liberating the souls, everyone. Sister, my wife, she turned into an infernal. What happened to her? Oh, that's her husband. You're her family? My wife had gone shopping to prepare dinner for me. She did? Did she receive salvation from the church? Did she receive the mercy of the sun god? And Iris looks at him. Yes. She returned to God quietly. Meanwhile, at Special Fire Cathedral 8, sometime afterwards, Iris is sitting in the bath, I think, with some kind of tunic on. Probably something church-related. I cannot afford to have such complicated thoughts. I guess she's having some doubts over seeing the pain. But I don't think she's only alleviating pain. So I don't really know what complicated thoughts there is. She's making people feel better and, helping souls return to the afterlife. Or go on peacefully to the afterlife. I don't know what she has to feel conflicted about. But whatever. Somewhere else, we have a bunch of weapons sitting on, like, a counter. And it's Obi and Hino are in, like, an armory, I think. These needles, too? Yes, and that'll be everything. I think they're, like, doing inventory. We've gotten into a lot of fights lately. We've accumulated a lot of weapons without baptizing them. One sister can't carry all of this alone. And we cut to Shinra. You want me to go with the sister to the church and get more weapons baptized for liberating infernals? You never been, have you? Nope. So just these to take? And Iris walks out. Thank you so much. No problem. Let's roll out. And Shinra blushes. How cute. And we cut to Shinra carrying the 2 bags. Going to the church with sister. Going with sister to the church. And Iris turns to him. It's not too heavy, is it? Of course not. That's a lie. This is hella heavy. This is a pretty important responsibility you have, huh? Fufu, usually it's not so many items. And then she, like, flexes. I'll train so I won't be defeated. And then gorilla force, okay. Sister's upper arm, damn! And she's looking at me like that. That's some wicked upper arm strength. Wicked gorilla muscle. At Tokyo Central District, the Central Church, known as the Baptism Church. So we see, it's just a shot of the Baptism Church. Here we are. Yep, we've arrived. The baptism room is straight ahead, so you can just leave the bags here. Got it. And he leaves the bags down. And I guess Iris goes inside to get them baptized, and Shinra, like, wanders around the church, or outside the church. Is there water flowing inside? We see this kind of, like, grotto, not a grotto, but it's kind of it's like a little strip of land surrounded by water, I guess. Kind of it's not a peninsula, but, like, because peninsulas are, like, non-man-made, but, you know, you can see it. You know what I'm talking about. It will take some time to baptize everything, so feel free to wander around the premises. Oh, so Iris is still with him. Right, I'll see you later. And Iris goes to baptize the equipment, and Shinra, like, looks at her. Or looks around the area, I mean. So this is where they baptize equipment? I haven't been here before, so we'll take a look around. And he, like, collapses on a bench. Phew! I didn't get any time to hang out with sister. Then again, the job comes first. And he looks around. Did the preacher also have their hand in crafting this beautiful church, too? The sister has always been so cheerful, but now I feel like her smile is a bit forced. Oh, I remember now. Her conflict is because she knows the church is all roiled up in the preacher. All right, that makes more sense. I was like, what was she upset about? Now it's together. And Iris is praying before the weapons. The preacher was the one who founded this church. So why do I pray? So yeah, just what I said last page. And another nun walks up. I can tell you are distracted, Sister Iris. Meanwhile, Shinra is walking around some more. I wish there was some way that I could help her. And someone called out to him, look who's here. I think that might be... I know the 1st Brigade is real tied up with the church, and maybe that's Kareem? No, it's the other one. The other member of the 1st Brigade. Shinra-kun of the 8th Brigade. Shinra's run into the 1st Commander, Foyen Lee. Will he shepherd his flock, Shinra? To be continued in chapter 151, The Fruits of Devotion? That doesn't seem right, or did I read the wrong... No, it's 149 is The Fruits of Devotion. Alright, I was like, did I accidentally read 150 first? That would be embarrassing. Alright, here I'm going to take a quick little break, get some water, because I've been talking for 9 minutes, so, you know. So yeah, it definitely looks like, this next arc is going to be focused on Iris. I'm guessing. I don't quite know what else about it, though. Just because, like, that chapter didn't really give us a whole lot of plot details. But, you know, Iris there's been too much going on for me to really, like, talk about Iris lately, because she doesn't really do much. And there's so much else going on that's not really a bad thing Iris doesn't do much, but it is nice to see her actually do stuff. Because I don't think... when was the last time she actually, like, did a whole lot? I know she helped with the assault fight, but I'd rather not think about the assault fight. Was she there for the... Sorry, I need to clean my glasses. Was she there for the 4th Brigade arc? I feel like she might have been. She was definitely there for the Vulcan's Workshop arc. And I feel like she had a little bit of help during the 5th, or did a little bit during the 5th pillar. But, like, she doesn't really do all that much, very much. So, hopefully that'll change with this arc. Yeah, moving on. 149, The Fruits of Devotion. We open right where we left off with Iris praying a baptism over the weapons. O beloved God in heaven, please grant your blessing of baptism to these. La Tome. Even with doubts, Sister Iris prays. Can our hero shine through her clouds of despair? Another new scan later page. I guess it's just a shot from the chapter now? I don't know. And we're cut back to Shinra and Foyen Lee. It's been a long time, Captain Foyen. And he knows he's doing a salute and, like, moves to, like, a prayer sign. I didn't expect to see you here. I came here with our soul-liberating tools to have them baptized. Honestly, I'm amazed to see anyone arrive for a baptism. How so? You've heard the rumors suggesting the preacher had something to do with the church, right? Lately, other Fire Force companies have refused to baptize here after hearing about such a conspiracy. Really? I'm worried even Kareem's losing faith in the church. And Sister maybe, too. And then he actually says this part aloud. And what do you think, Captain? It was a shock to hear that the preacher may have founded the Holy Saul Temple. But the church is not the preacher. It's those who worship the sun and the fire. As long as there is the sun that we've been worshipping for so long, my belief won't be shaken. However, I've noticed something frightening. Frightening? Even though the preacher is just a fraud, they've already gained enough devotion to practically be considered a god. Does the preacher have some, like, outside support besides the White Hoods? Is there, like a grassroots preacher movement that's, like, just the common man and not, like, the White Hoods? I don't know. Because I don't know, with just the White Hoods, I don't know if it's fair to say there's enough devotion to be called a god. Sorry about that. But anyway, Shinra, like, looks down at this. That's true. Yet the preacher hides in the shadows. It's becoming more and more obvious they have a plan to destroy this world. So that means people are in danger of losing their faith? But people still need to have something to believe in. Without beliefs, people fall apart. And Foyen turns away. And Shinra sees Foyen's missing arm. I actually completely forgot about this. Back in the 1st Brigade arc, Foyen lost his arm. We see in a flashback protecting Kareem. Captain, it's because you had faith that you were able to protect Captain Kareem without any hesitation. And Foyen, like, looks down. I know. I trust him the same way I trust the church. It's painful to lose something you trust. With the power of belief, you can save your friends. And this is back to Shinra's thoughts. That's what Captain Foyen meant. The power of belief. What if I lost something I trust? Is that why the 7th is so strong? Because they have an unshakable heart? And he flashes back to, like, some of Conroe and Benimari's moments. And then Iris comes up. She's done with her baptism. Sorry for the delay. It would have been unfortunate if I brought you inside. I would have been scolded. No worries. Sister is so devout. So I do notice that we, like, briefly met that nun at the end of last chapter for, like, a single panel. And who mentioned, like, Iris seemed worried. And we have nothing else of her, so maybe there's some suspiciousness going on there. I don't know. Anyway, good work. I should pick up our stuff, right? Well, we have some time. I was hoping to go somewhere. And that catches Shinra's attention. I don't know where this is. It's a graveyard, it looks like. We see, like, a tomb, a grave. It's a grave. And maybe a mausoleum? I don't know. The National Cemetery of the Holy Saul. A graveyard for the clergy. Oh? And Shinra's holding a broom for some reason, and he's looking around. Is that what you wanted to see? Whenever I do a baptism, I always stop by, so I can visit the sisters who raised me. Oh, right. The nuns who raised her died way back when. It's this way. Follow me. Sure. And they walk through the cemetery, and we see a grave marked by, like, dozens of sunflowers. The cemetery is in gorgeous sunflowers. Sunflowers always bloom towards the sun. They are planted to guide the dead on their way toward it. I didn't know sunflowers had such meaning for the church. And he sees a priest and a nun at some kind of statue. Here we are. Would you like to enter with me to pray? We don't see any more without a priest and nun, so I don't know what's going on with them. And Iris tries to open the door to, like, this mausoleum thing. And I guess she can't open it. Oh, no, she opened it. And Hibana, that's so Hibana. What the fuck? It's super bright. How unexpected. Hibana Nesan must have done this. Now they can't rest. It's like covered like disco balls and like glittery like dangling things. Captain Hibana? But these flowers seem to have been put here recently. People may exaggerate how she behaves. Despite appearances, she really did love everyone in the convent. She does go to services periodically. Okay. Kind of disappointed, though. I brought this broom, but everything already looks cleaned up. Iris starts praying. Hello, sisters. Are you well? Sister Clematis, please do not eat too much. Sister Sakura, do not oversleep. Next time, I will arrive before Hibana Nesan makes everything way too shiny. And then, I guess after they're done tending to the grave, Iris turns to Shinra. Thank you. You even watered the flowers. Happy to help. Can I help with anything else? Lately, you've looked a little worried. It's about the preacher, isn't it? Was it that obvious? I'm not very experienced hiding things. Yeah, you're kind of like an open book. For example, you always want to push the buttons on anything Vulcan creates. Huh? But I like that about you. I think your personality cheers up everyone around you. But I am facing a challenge. I just couldn't concentrate on today's baptism. Shinra, what do you think of the Holy Sol Temple? What do you think of us and our beliefs? What do I think of you? They hear a scream somewhere in the cemetery. Kya! The priestess. Oh, she's a flame human. We see like the burning flames. What? That scream came from over there. Yep. And apparently that was a priestess? I thought that was a guy. Alright, my bad. An infernal! The priestess. It happened out of nowhere. The nun runs to Iris. Are you hurt? Why is this happening? Even though we always pray, still this happened to her. What is even the point of our prayers? And Iris, who is currently having her big crisis of faith, is not really helped by that statement. And Shinra gets in front of them. Get back. I'll liberate her soul. What do I think of Sister Iris? That's obvious. Our hero will answer the sister's question to relieve her suffering. To be continued in chapter 150, Sunflowers. Alright, so I imagine this whole church arc will be wrapped up this chapter coming up, 150. This does not seem like a big main arc, more of like a kind of short arc to really like touch in with Iris, who we have not really heard of, and like good. I kind of like slipped my mind that like the preacher reveal would affect Iris so much. Or maybe I mentioned it back when the reveal first happened, or when the 8th first learned of it, but I've forgotten in the many months since then. But yeah, it's good to see Okubo checking in on her and reminding us that, like, yeah, she as a member of the church would be impacted in this in a way that the rest of the cast really would not be. So let's get another sip of water and let's move on to our final chapter for the night. Alright, let's go. Chapter 150, Sunflower. Another new scan later page. I guess that's just the thing now. Alright. We open up on the cemetery. The priestess is infernaling. Oh my! The priestess! Why did this happen? And Shinra kind of like grimaces. And Shinra turns to Iris. Sister, start the prayer, please! Right. The flame is the soul's breath. The black is the soul's release. Ashes as ashes. Dust to dust. May thy soul... and Shinra activates his flames from the feet as the priestess screams again. And Shinra goes and just delivers a kick to the infernal. Return to the great flame! And kicks her like in the chest. And she just like explodes as from Shinra's kick. And falls down, and the nun cries out, ah! And Shinra prays, La Tome. And the other nun, like, falls to her knees. Why, priestess, you prayed every day to our god. We see, like, tears streaming down her face. Sister, is our god truly lacking in benevolence? And Iris, like, can't look her in the eye. And Shinra looks at them. Meanwhile, they have, prepared the body for burial, I guess. The flame is the soul's breath. The black smoke is the soul's release. Ashes as ashes, dust to dust. May thy soul return to the great flame. And I'm pretty sure this is a male priest right here. Though, I don't know. Turns to Shinra. We were lucky that a firefighter was here. Thank you. Anytime. The priestess, she was such a good person. The nun who was with the priestess is still understandably upset. Does God not hear our prayers? And Iris looks after her. Come on, sister. Oh, okay. And as they're walking through the cemetery, about what we were discussing earlier. If the one who created the Holy Salt Temple was the preacher, do you think that's the god we're all worshipping? That stops Shinra. The preacher. An existence beyond human understanding. When I had the Adora link, When I had the Adora link, I felt an existence that seemed to be out of this world. That may be close to what people consider God. And this God wants to destroy the world and its people. They desire death and suffering. And we clergy, we believed in their teachings. And she flashes back to the nun. So what do our prayers mean? Are we leading people to their deaths? No, that's not it. And Shinra, like, puts his hand to his chest. I was the one who killed her. No, Shinra, you saved her from suffering in those flames. I can offer deliverance of the soul. My foot is still tingling. I'm so nervous I can feel my heart racing. Captain Obi told me that he's most afraid he'll get used to this job. Even if he wants to get used to it, he can't. That's why we need you, sister. I talked for a bit with Captain Foyen. He told me that he believes that the great sun to which he prays does exist, and the preacher has nothing to do with that belief. I understand. Then you should keep moving forward. And they stop at the grove of sunflowers. While you're looking at the sun, looking at the light, let's keep fighting. With the 8th, its existence is like that of a sunflower. And Iris's eyes widen. So, I'm the sunflower of the 8th. Although I think I'm more of an iris. Sorry. No, I want to thank you. And she starts tearing up looking at the sunflowers. I feel a bit happier. Good. I hope you can take it a bit more easy. Right. I feel better now. We go back to the baptismal area. And Shinra meets another nun. You're from the 8th? Here are your bags. Thank you very much. And Shinra picks up the bags. Let's go. And Iris stops to pray in the baptismal area. And another nun walks up. That looks like a beautiful prayer. And Iris notices her. Thank you. And later, they are walking back home. Iris turns to Shinra. Shall I carry one? No way. This work is the responsibility of a firefighter. And like this, I could even carry you in my arms. What? No way. Yes way. I'll show you. Climb on board. He, like, asks her to get on, like, piggyback. But I'm so heavy. I'm telling you, I can do it. Okay, that's really alright with you. And she gets on him. Is this okay? Yeah, let's go. Whoa! And he, like, runs forward. Wah! Shinra-san! Are you sure this is okay? This is nothing compared to Captain Obi's heavy weightlifting equipment. Shinra-san. The next time something concerns me, I'll always come to speak with you first. Okay, I'll be waiting. And is that an image of Hiro Hashirame, or is that him flashing back to when he mistook Hiro Hashirame for Iris? I don't know. Let's see what it is. For sure. And then we're now in the Nether with the White Hoods. Or I think this is the Nether. So I think that's him flashing back to Hiro Hashirame. Because he sees her and then he doesn't like freak out, which I feel like he would if he saw Hashirame right there. But he like remembers the similarities between Iris and Hashirame, and that makes him worried. Oh, is there gonna actually be a connection between them? I feel like that's why Okubo is like emphasizing Iris in this little mini arc. I feel like that's what's going on. Anyway, we're back with the White Hoods. You did it? You finished your training? Finally, the time has come. And then we see Jonah for the first time in a while. Now the 8th will be crushed. Assault! The bloody flaming bullet is here. You're fucking with me! No! No! Why? I hate Assault. Assault's the fucking worst! The shadow of a formidable foe approaches silently. Is the 8th at risk of being destroyed by the strongest assassin, Assault? To be continued, chapter 151, Young Man Assault. Alright. So, I lashed out at Assault right there, but to be fair, my problems with Assault were not with Assault. It was with Tamaki in that fight. Yeah. But yeah, apparently Assault is back. Jonah's been doing something with him. On Assault was such a minor character during the Nether arc, it kind of confuses me that he's back. Like, of all the people to like, bring back, Assault? Really? Really? I mean, I guess Flail and Mirage we had kind of been done with, but we fought them twice, right? Assault kind of only showed up the once. And Jonah, of course, we know, founded the Salt Temple, so, like, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, other than that, other than the Assault thing, which we'll have to wait and see what comes of that, these 3 chapters were great. Also, like, props for Pusu Pusu for, like, scanning these 3 as a unit, because they really are this, like, really nice self-contained mini-arc. To really check in with Iris, who we have not checked in before in the 3-year run of this series. Iris has kind of gotten the short end of the stick a lot of the time, and which makes sense. This is, at its core, a shonen battle manga, and Iris does not battle, so, you know, it kind of makes sense that, like, she's kind of one of the more forgotten characters by the series. But it's nice to really check in with her and see, you know, especially with all the big Sol Temple reveals of the Sol Temple arc, to really see how Iris is reacting to it. I am kind of curious. I thought the whole thing at the end of that arc was that the 8th was going to keep all that a secret. And so how have those rumors already started to spread? I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, this was definitely a little, like, between mini arc, and it worked really well. Also, for any Shinra Iris shippers in the audience, here's your evidence. And yeah, it was just a cute little time. It was both, like, important character work and just a fun little time with Shinra and Iris. So yeah, I really enjoyed these chapters, and I hope you did too. Hope you all enjoyed the video as well. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye.